everyone saw the plaice video from yesterday, and I think most of you see the new rig. As I called it, the fish hunter rig. Now today, obviously, it's been up. The video's been up now. I think it'll be nearly 24 hours. It's probably been up 20 hours, should we say? So it's been up all night, all overnight, as in early hours of the morning, all day today. There's been a few people comment on it saying it's this rig and it's that rig and this is the rig and I've been using it for years. Well, happy days. I'm not bothered if it's not a new rig or not. It's new to me, and it seems like it's new to quite a few other people because my phone has not stopped today with people asking me. I've had people asking me if I can make it so they can buy it off me. So they can buy it off me. And I'm not trying to sell it. Anyone can make it. There's no point in, because all it's going to take is someone else to see how I've done it, and then everyone's going to be making it. It's not about trying to make it to sell it for myself. I just like the rig and I think it works well for what I'm doing. But I say, a few people have said it's a pulley loop rig, but apparently it's not, because other people have said it's not. This is a pulley, and they've put detailed diagrams of pulley loop rigs. Anyway, I don't care. A lot of you want to see how I make it, so I'm not gonna make it because that's long, and the last week video was crap. No one liked watching it, but it's because they knew how to make it. Anyway, rig body. Let's forget. In fact, hold on. Get rid of that. So I'll start off with a piece of line that big, 2 foot. Tie swivel. Sorry, I've got my phone facing right around the thing, so it's not so clear. There's just a normal size swivel, a decent size one, not a small one, but not a big one, in between. I don't know what the numbers are on the sizes. So that will go on your piece of line first. You tie on your swivel. First thing you tie on. Then you put on a bead. That bead there can be any bead you want. It's just to protect the knot. So it can be a rubber bead, whatever you want. Then I'll slide a swivel down the line and attach an imp to it. You can apply any weight clip you want, or if you're going to use an impact shield, then an impact lead, sorry, or a lead with a splashdown, a Gemini splashdown lead. You won't need to put a weight clip on it, but I always put an imp on every single one of my rigs. Always do, just always have. So yeah, swivel attaches to that, so that is free running. I hope you're all still with me. Swivel, bead, swivel with an imp, so it's all still running. After that, imp with the swivel. Oh, another bead. That you probably don't need to put that bead there, but I'll do it just because it keeps it away from the next component. It gives a gap in between the next component. They don't get tangled with each other. The next component is the Gemini pulley bead thing, this little blue round thing, which you can use a breakaway proper pulley, or just whatever you want. You could even use just another swivel to attach to your main line. That is the bit that attaches to your main line, so that's obviously free running as well. So again, swivel, bead, weight clip, bead, something to attach to your main line. I'm using this. Like I say, you can use anything to attach it to your main line. So that is that. That's your components right there. Swivel, bead, shit picture. Then your bit of line. On the top of that bit of line, you can either tie another swivel, or like I've used. You see there? Like I've used a fast link. I use these for absolutely everything. Is it looking better against? But yeah, look, you can see what it is now because it's against my hand. I use these for a lot of stuff. Now that is the part that the other end of the hook length attaches to. So if you can imagine now, the bottom of your rig will be that swivel. The bottom end of your rig will be that swivel there, and then your lead is obviously going to attach to that there. The top of this rig is that fast link and the pulley bead, because the pulley bead is the bit that attaches to your line, to your main line. So there you go. Now onto the bottom of that swivel. Now let's get this knot off. Sorry, you don't want to see this. I can't get it off. £70 line, it won't snap. I'll tell you what, let's get a pair of scissors. You're on my fishing box, rest it. God's sake. I'll be back. seafood, plaice fishing, because I can't find them. Ah, oh, full phone. Right, scissors, not your ganners. Can't believe I couldn't break it. Anyway, so that's that. That's the main rig. That is the main rig done. Then this long piece of line. Again, it's £70. That's what I make my rigs out of, £70, because that's what I use as shock lead. I've just got a big bulk spore Vaso Classic and I use that. This is the loop part. This is the bit that hangs down and you can have as long as you want, so you can make your flowing trace, if you like, as long as possible, or as short as possible. So one end there's nothing. Well, I've bit it off, and then this end is a upturned, bent genie clip, I think they're called. You know what I mean, everyone. You know what I mean. That end attaches to that. So let's just quickly do that. I'm currently watching videos on YouTube of Chesil. I've been saying for the last God knows how long, Chesil doesn't interest me. I live in Kent. It's a 3.5 hour drive, and then when you get there, to go to find a decent fishing spot, you've got to get out of your car and walk across the beach, and I hate walking, and I hate walking across Shingle even more. But Shane fished there at the weekend and had a nice cod of £7, and I don't know, I suppose I've got a bit of a bug. I want to go and try it and just say I've done it, and then I can just get it out of my system. But as I've just said, that beach is 18 miles long. I've been looking it up tonight. 18 miles long. There's 300 trillion stones on that beach, I reckon. That's someone. It must have taken someone quite a while to count them. But yeah, I've been googling it, and my mate Google, he knows everything. He's clever. Where do you go? Where do you start with Chesil? Look, they're talking about Dragon's Teeth and Bexington and West Bexington and Abbotsbury. Where do you go? No one knows where to go. I just don't. Unless you live there and know it like the back of your hand, and you're there weekly and you've grown up on that beach, you don't know where to go. It's all well and good people telling you where to go, but one day it could fish 10 miles that way, and the next day it could fish 6 miles that way. You just don't know. And for me to travel 3.5 hours down to Chesil, it's got to be a good chance of getting something worth going there for. Because if I go there and catch a dogfish or a white, and I'm fuming, absolutely fuming. But yeah, anyway, back to the rig. So that ties onto that swivel now. Again, don't forget that swivel is the bottom of your rig. I know I keep repeating it, but I'm trying to make it easy for people to copy it. And there is where your lead goes, so on and so on. Now on the bottom of that again is this. Now this is the clip that clips to the top of the rig. Let's just quickly do it. This is the top of the rig. Remember this clip. This is the other clip. That clips onto there, like that. That's what creates your loop, so you can cast. And then from then, that's not what I want. Let me just have a look for my rig wallet and find the hook lengths that I need, because I know I've got some made up. If I can find them, they're in here. Don't do this to me. I'm recording. Oh, you're an arse. You're an absolute arse. Back in the box. Of course they are. Of course they are. So this is just what I was using last night, as you saw in the plaice video. A small section of red line snood, which is £20 amnesia, with Mike's green and black beads on for the plaice, because they look like pea mussels, or they whatever the word is, imitate pea mussels that are on the seabed, which is what the plaice feed on. And then just a little tiny swivel on the end. That then, wrong end of the trace, that then clips onto there. See that? Now take that away, take this whole little piece of red line away, replace it with £50 amnesia and 2 giant hooks, and you can have a fish for rays or conger or cod. Again, take this £20 piece of amnesia away, replace it with a piece of £10 fluorocarbon and a size 4 hook and a tiny little bit of black lug. You're dab fishing. I know you're going to dab fish with 2 hook rigs and things like that, but I mean, this is, for me, this is more of a distance rig. Someone else said it was a bit like the Bagnall bar. If anyone knows what the Bagnall bar is, it is and it isn't. Yes, it is, because you've got the loop, same as the Bagnall bar would be, but it hasn't. That hasn't got the pulley effect as well. So, not that you really need the pulley effect. It's just the way this rig's designed to clip up. A lot of people said, "Oh, it's just a boat rig." Yes, it is a boat rig. That's the point. So you've got your lead on the bottom, and then you've got loads and loads and loads and loads of line flowing with your hook on it on the seabed, moving around. Nowhere near the lead, so there's nothing's putting any fish off. Not that they do in sea fishing. We're not talking about carp, but it's got loads of movement as well in that tide. It's got a good 6 foot range. If it's 6 foot long, it's got a good 6 foot range of movement, side to side, left to right, whatever. But you're not going to cast a boat rig if it's not clipped up. You're not going to stick a whole squid and half a mackerel on 2 big hooks and then still cast it the same distance as this rig when it's all nicely tight and clipped up. That is the point. The point is sticking 1 hook a decent distance and still having a very, very long flowing trace at the end of it. That is the point. I like fishing flowing traces. You just can't cast them nowhere because they don't cast. They cast like a bag of sand. And not being the best caster in the world, having something that clips up and streamlines helps you out. Definitely helps you out. Now, I've got a bit of a theory. Yesterday, Dan didn't get a place. Dan was using 3 rods. 2 reasons. 1, he wasn't using green and black beads. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm probably going to get slated for that, and it's not even the fact that they're sea glow beads. Green and black, for me, have always been my favourite for plaice, and I've caught a lot of plaice. Now, so a lot of people say you don't even need bling for plaice. You probably don't in some places, and some people probably had some really good days, but for me, my best days plaice fishing have been with green and black beads. But now these have come out, these are fantastic, I love them. So he wasn't using any but green and black beads, and Dan wasn't quite getting a distance. Now, I've fished with Dan loads of times, and our casting is pretty much the same, but I think where Dan was using 2 hook rigs and not clipping them down, and I was using just this 1 hook rig and clipping it and getting it that little bit of extra distance for him, that's what was helping me out. I'd like to think so, or I was just being lucky. It is what it is, isn't it? It's one of them. But yeah, hopefully I've showed you enough on the rig that you understand it, and hopefully it wasn't too boring. I've given you the best I can for the people that wanted to see it. If you don't want to see it, you didn't have to watch it. I'll quickly go over it again. Start off with a 2 foot piece of line, main line, thickness £70, £80, whatever. Tie a swivel on it, then stick a bead on it, then stick a swivel with an imp on it, or whatever weight clip up device you want. Then another bead, then a pulley, then a fast link or another swivel. Then to the bottom of the first swivel that I started with, that swivel, to another piece of line as long as you want. 2 miles, 3 miles, 10 foot, 4 inches, whatever you like, because that is your loop and it doesn't matter. And then on the bottom of that, tie a bent, turned rig clip, one of them. You know what it is. I just can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. And then make up as many of these as you want. Little hook lengths that are about 10 inches long. As long as they're no longer than 2 foot, it'll work. Look, that's it. That is the whole thing. That is the whole thing. Yeah, look, look, I'll get my head in it. That is it. And you can tie up any variations you want. Fluorocarbon, mono, braid, whatever you like, with any size hooks, any beads, if you don't want none. Bait stops, whatever you like, spoons, spin, whatever you like. The possibilities are endless. It's like the round trees rig. Anything you like. Right, I'm done. I'm boring myself. Laters. Cheers, everyone. Yes, well, although I was boring myself, I've just sat here, looked at the video again, and like a tit. I showed you how to make the video, but I didn't show you exactly again how to clip it all up, and that's maybe what some of you might have meant. So let me just quickly show you. Just get it all quickly back out of the packet. I've got a lead at the ready as well. It really does help though if there's someone holding the top of it for me, and there's not going to be. So it might take a minute just to get it clipped up. It helps if it's on a rod. It's what it's meant to be doing. So just got the rig out of that. I'll just another quick little tip. I've got a load of these little bags. They're like, I suppose they're like drug bags if you like, just bigger. Yeah, there's a smaller one there. I think I got off of Mike. It's what Mike sticks his glow beads in. But I'll use these, so I'll make up a load of rigs, put them in these, and then I can put 5 or 6 rigs in one pocket of my rig wallet. So it don't take up, so it's only got 10 pockets in it, 10 rigs is full up. So if you put them in there, you can get 5 anyway. Here's another bag with loads of hook lengths in it, because these are just little pieces of line with hook lengths in them. And they should be rolled up, but I've just chucked it in there because I did. So there's that, there's your hook length. You've got to have that or it ain't going to clip up. The hook is the clip up bit. Again, quickly, I'll do that. That goes on there. Lovely. You need a lead as well because it'll hold the bottom for you. It's easier to hold. Now, like I said, if you're using these leads with the impact, you don't need an imp, but I always use an imp. It's just what I do. Sorry about the background music. It's another YouTube video. Oh, itchy nose. Hook. It's the way I done it yesterday. It's a lot easier. So you imagine that. Your hook attaches to your imp. Comes up like that. Yes, comes up like that. Then that upturned bent clip attaches to the fast link, as I said. Let me see if I can show you that. So that attaches to that at the bottom. Really, you can just about see it, I think. That bit then is attached to your main line. Your hook is clipped to the imp at the bottom of the lead, or again it can clip onto the impact on the link, and then you've got your loop. This is the other piece of line. Look, I mean, you can. The loop can be as big as you like. It doesn't matter, and it will just dangle. There you go. That is the whole rig clipped up 2 foot, and then obviously when it hits the water, that comes unclipped. It all drops off, and then you are now fishing miles, and still going miles away, long. Right now, I really am bored. Laters.